Okay, we're going to take a look at this match real quick. We're going to keep an eye on the guy in the white gi. Okay, so he's the one that impressed me the most. So right there, he's trying to go for the cross collar grip. He's got the sleeve grip. I'm pretty sure right off the bat he realized that this guy in the green was way stronger than him, and he's obviously bigger than him. So he's not going to exert so much energy trying to take him down, so he decides to pull guard. So he does that by bringing his body squared back to the guy's hips. If we right here. Okay, so through the whole match, this guy, he's in a staggered stance. That means one leg is in front of the other, more like a wrestling kind of stance. Same thing, he's over here with in the white gi. So he's going to grab the grip, and he's going to bring this leg in front of this leg. So it'll cause this guy to square up. Right there. And he's going to sit down. And when he sits down, he's going to pull on the cross collar and on the sleeve. The guy in the green, he's doing a good job of trying to have a strong base, but unfortunately it is way too wide. So he's gonna be falling down onto his hands right here, like this. So he reached forward, caused him to fall down to his hands and on his knee, or his knees. This gives the white gi a very good access to the close guard. There's not much in the way. The guy's hips are over here by the calf, and the guy in the white gi, his knees are up here by the shoulders. So it's going to be easier for his ankles to lock, just like that. And the reason why is because this guy right here in the green is forced to square up to the white gi. So he's going to have to bring this knee down and move this knee over, and that makes it easier for the guy to get the guard on him. One thing here that he obviously decided to try to work an open guard, but one thing here that he's using the gi to try to push the arm back. I wish he would do more of a wrist control instead of a sleeve control in this situation, because he's pushing the cloth away, but he's not really moving the body away. Now he's doing wrist control, very good. He's gonna post his foot on the inside of the left hip right here of the green gi. And so what he does is that he brings his outside left leg and wraps it up and over the guy's right arm. He's going to do a lasso guard. So he's trying to get his left foot between the elbow and the body right there. So one thing that I wish he would have done, he should have pointed this big toe towards the guy's ear and brought his foot and the shin higher up into the armpit. If he would have done that, he would have felt more control over his opponent and would have been easier to off balance him, because this guy's hips are away from his heel. So that means his weight is going forward. So he's going to pull with his foot right here, and then he's going to turn his knee down to the ground, and he's using his right hand to push on the guy's left side to tip him over on the right shoulder. Right there. And so by him bringing the toe and the shin up higher, it would have been easier for him to rotate his hips in. He tried to do that here a little bit. Right there, he's going to try to swing his hips to the right side. Okay. Oh, gone too fast. Let me back up a little bit more. Okay, right there. He tries swings it too shallow of a twist. So he's going to adjust. He's doing a good job. So he brings his other leg. He takes his foot away from the hip, and he brings his other leg down on the ground. But you see how he's got it posted. So he's going to use this frame, and he's going to turn the knee down like this. So the guy right here, he's like, yes, I pass half guard. I pass his guard, and when he brings his weight down to try to pin him, he's going to get rolled over. And you see right here, he's using the sleeve control, which is okay. I wish he would have done it more over here by the bicep elbow to get a better effect, but he's working on it. and immediately he switches his hips. Okay, if he were to bring this left hip down on the ground, he would have gotten a bicep slicer, but because it is a white belt tournament, I believe they're not allowed. So he had to turn his opposite hip, which is the right one, down and allow the guy's arm to get loose. Otherwise, that would have been a done deal. He's doing a good job of trying to post out. Again, the other guy using the gi to push. I wish he would have controlled more on the arm, not the actual cloth. That would have been more effective for him, but whatever works. And you can see he's having a hard time not trying to put weight on that bicep, but it is what it is. Right there, see how his leg is intertwined with the arm? So if he were to bring that knee and that shin down to the ground and make his foot maybe flat a little bit, dead toes, that would put a lot of weight, and that would have been a bicep slicer. But he's using his toe to keep his weight off of it. And also this guy right here, I mean, he's strong, and he's going to be using this arm to stiff arm right here at the body, at the hip. So he's going to use his left hand to reach over the white gi and maybe hold on to the cloth or pull him by the lat. One thing that the white gi did wrong here is that he has his hips way higher than his head in side control, and the guy's getting ready to, trying to push him. He should have gone a wider stance with his leg. But I know he's worried that this knee is going to get in front of him, which it already is, and try to recover some sort of guard. But he should have gone a little bit wider with that foot. That would have made it harder for this guy to sweep him over. Like right there, he's doing it. He went harder, and then as soon as he got his leg out, he's done a great job of bringing his hips away from the hip, from the shin right here. One thing that he needs to be doing is he needs to be taking his right arm and hugging the front of the hip. That would definitely keep this guy's legs and knees and his hips from rotating with him, and thus securing side control. But he did a great job of dropping his weight down again and just getting rid of those knees. But he didn't address this arm, this power bench. So one thing he should have done, he should have rotated his hip the other way. You can see his left hip is turned down. He should have stuck his left leg out. That would have forced his right hip to turn down on this side and make his base go super wide, like an umbrella. But the guy literally grabbed him by the crotch and flipped him over. Okay. Good recovery. Push on the hips, bring the shin in. Good. Okay, good foot on the hip. Okay, right here is one of the things that annoys me so much about guard passing for beginners is that this guy in the green, he's literally pinning the thigh with his shin on there. It's bad form all the way around. He's got this leg way too extended, and he's driving all his weight on that thigh. I'm sure he's got a bruise the next day. But he's doing a great job with his hand, right here with his right hand, the guy in the white gi, of keeping the thigh and the knee from passing over his own leg. So he's keeping that back. But the guy's deciding to staple his foot over the white gi's own foot, and he's going to try to pass that way. Just like that. And he's got his own hand. You can see right here, this is the hand of the guy in the green, and he's using the belt or the pants to keep the knee back to prevent it from following him. So he secures that side control. He's got his hips turned to prevent regarding. The guy they're both adamant about holding on to the gi. I wish he wouldn't do that. That would save him a lot of energy and would not hurt his hand and fingers that bad. But they're still learning. So he did a great job of bringing his elbow down to the ground and wedging it between the guy's thigh and his own ribs. That gives a good opening for the knees to come through, especially the bottom right knee. But the guy was aware of it, and he switched his hips around to block it. And he's doing that good job. And right there, again, he's closed, and then he's not. He's closed, and then he's not. And then he finally gets the half guard position on there. He's trying to get his foot on the hip, trying to get into like a again into the lasso position. It seems like. Oh, he went for an armbar. That's pretty good. He forced that armbar on there, nice and snug, sneaky there. One thing that I wish he could do is pinch his knees together. That would have prevented that elbow from popping out. You can see the elbow's pretty much out. And using this leg that's over the head to hug the back of the neck, that would really keep him from pulling that elbow down. But you know, the guy's pretty strong. The guy did a good defense, good strong defense. The guy now decides to do that, the foot over the neck, but by that time the elbow is too far past the fulcrum point. So he's just kind of, you know, wasting his energy there, wasting his time. It's just a matter of time before he got his hand free. Okay, again, adamant about bringing that foot over. Trying again for the armbar. This leg should be a little bit higher to get a more perpendicular angle to him. This would also open up a good sweep, like the flower sweep, over to this side. But you know, in the heat of the moment, it's hard sometimes. Oh, he switched over to omoplata. Okay, not so effective as he thought, and he went back into the guard. Again, he's pulling real hard on this sleeve to try to get the armbar again. He goes over for the lasso guard position. Again, that foot needs to be behind the armpit to get better control, but he's trying. He let him pass, and this is a position to where, let's go back. He should have hooked this guy's leg instead of relying on this arm. That would have been more beneficial since he's the smaller guy. The route he chose to go is going to be a strength battle right here. And the guy's bigger, stronger, and he's already been swept once, so he's learning how to kind of counter that. And so he turns it into that strength battle, and he is posting nice and hard, and he's starting to push back. And he's not in a good position. He needs to get this knee up on the ground, up off the ground, get this foot on the ground, and get the other knee on the ground. That would have been a nice little defense to this little scramble here. Instead of him trying to push and muscle his way, let's look at that again. Because the leg is still tangled in the arm, so he feels like he can still power over him. So he's trying to push into this big guy. It's only building momentum right here. And if he would have gotten his right knee down on the ground and the left knee up, he would have been able to escape and gone around to his back a lot easier. But he chose to tackle him. A lot of momentum builds, and when the guy in the green gi decides to go with it, he takes that momentum and re-rolls him. So right there. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh no, I lost it. Okay. Sorry. Okay, here we go. There you go. Here he rolls him over. So now he's stuck again, trying to fight for the guard, which he does a good job of recovering, but he's just being reactive at that point. He's being too physical and not being smart about his angles. He's got a good guard. I'll give him that. Good guard recovery. I just wish he wouldn't use the pull and pushing the gi so much. Right here, instead of him holding over the neck, he needs to be pushing on the sternum over to the shoulder to keep this guy's posture back, which would allow his hips to escape, which makes it easier for him to regard it. But he's pulling. He's trying to go for like a choke, seems like. A gi choke. Okay, now he's framing. Oh, I see. He's trying to set him up for that baseball choke. Good on him. So he's got it. Okay, one thing he needs to do is he needs to do like a counter clockwise rotation. His feet need to run in the same direction his opponent's head is facing, so that way his own head is pointing in the direction his opponent's toes are facing. He's trying. He's gonna go for it. Let me rewind here a little bit. I feel like the grip might be a little bit too loose, but I don't know. Okay, the guy countered by rolling with it, so he's trying to get in there. He's doing a good job. Yeah, it's a little bit too loose. This grip is way too low. It needs to be higher up. Let me go back here. Right there. This grip. Both of the grips are a little bit shallow, but he can make it work. He just needs to adjust. This grip needs to go higher and higher or behind the neck, so that way it'll take the slack off. And it's like right here, it's kind of fuzzy, but you can see it. The guy's collar is pushed back away from the guy's neck. That shouldn't happen. It should be tucked. It should be pulled in. Again, that's what tells me that this grip is very loose, or it's not as snug as it should be. But good on him. Good reaction. Good attempt. He's doing a good job. And he's going for it, and the guy just keeps turning. Again, that grip was too loose. Way too loose. So he's going to pull guard again, seems like. Okay, one thing here that he could have done when the guy... See, so he's right here priming this little combat base type of motion. When this guy brings his foot forward, right there, he should have taken this hand and grabbed the back of the ankle right here and use this arm to push him over as he pulls the leg over. That would have been a nice ankle pick. But again, it's in the moment, and the lack of inexperience a lot of times will do that to you. So again, he's doing a good job. I'm fairly impressed with him. Hanging in there with the bigger, stronger guy. Good job on him. So the guy's trying to go for some sort of cross choke, seems like. So he's trying to defend in, but the guy still kind of goes for it. And so what he does is he pushes his head and his chin higher than the guy's own head. That makes the cross choke loose. It's still snug, but it's not choking him. And plus the guy's grips are very loose. So good on him. Okay, he's trying something on his own here. Okay, he's trying to defend, and time runs out. Overall, pretty good. A lot more technical than I expected. I don't know. Give the guy another year or so, and he's gonna be fairly dangerous with his guard.